Surprise! It is me. I'm in a car. How about you guys just get into my van? This will be a lot easier if we just kind of work together to get this done. Just hop in and we'll be on our way, you know? Anyways, hello, everybody. First stream, like, ever. On this channel, at least. I've streamed a lot before. I used to, like, exclusively stream and then edit the videos and then upload them as VODs. But, yes, hello, I'm trying to read chat here. Oh my gosh, it's working! It's right there! There's everybody. Oh, heck yeah. My opinions on Lucky Liz. Okay. Let's... Because people were already asking questions before the stream even, like, actually started. Also, let me know if the audio is bad, because this is my first time with everything set up and actually, like, letting it run. So I just kind of want to know if it is all good. Okay, I'm going to open up Spirit Halloween's website. Here we go. Okay. Animatronics. Over here we've got some kooky little characters, like Lucky Liz, a new one. You know, my opinion doesn't really differ a lot from anybody else. They just it's bad. It's bad. I'm sorry, Spirit. I'm not gonna get sponsored by Spirit, but like, I can't really justify this. This is not good. I mean, I can't really decide if I like Lucky Bottoms or Lucky Liz better. I think I like Lucky Bottoms better, but that might be just because he was the first. But it's more the idea of Lucky Liz that is just dumb. It's just a reskin and make it a girl, and that's it. It's just like there's like nothing here, you know? This? Dapper? Wait. Can Dapper upside stream instead? The smudge on the screen right now is very boring. Okay. Here, wait. Let me go back to the... No! Whoops. Here you go. I hope you're happy. You got this guy. Oh, freak. Okay, anyways. Yes, I've got the Beetlejuice shirt on from Walmart. Let's see. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people have this shirt because it's just like $8 at Walmart. So it's pretty easy. I was just looking for something cool, which it brings into question why I went to Walmart, but you know, it's cheap stuff. Not sponsored. Do you have bootleg FNAF plushies on your back shelf? No, these are Sanchi plushies, like the OGs. It's actually sick. It's got like the thing and everything. I started like to get them all, at least the like classic ones, because I thought they were cool. I liked them. And so I've got Foxy Freddy and Bonnie there. I've got Chica somewhere else, but she didn't fit on the shelf. And I like these characters better. Frick, I've got to read chat. Wait. I mean, you know, you're not objectively wrong if you think that Lucky Liz is good. It's more of a, like, it's more based on perspective. Just, and your, like, personal opinions. Because, like, you can like Lucky Liz better than Lucky Bottoms, like, and think that it's, like, a better version of him. But I just don't like the idea of it and how, like, kind of lazily it was to come up with. Because obviously there's barely an ID there. It's just girl Lucky Bottoms. And that's the kind of thing that I value over like the end product like that. Stack your cats upside. I am. I've stacked my cats many times. If you could bring back any 3 animatronics from any year, who would you bring back? Any year from Spirit or nah, any year from any other company? I would do Jack in a Box from 2021. I mean from 2020 from Home Depot, because that one is actually just such an amazing animatronic. I love that one. And what other ones? I don't have a space in my mind that keeps all the names and that keeps all the animatronics of past years in, because like I don't know, I haven't really been in this community for very long. I kind of joined in 2020. So I would bring back like Collector from Spirit Halloween 2018, I think. Collector's pretty cool. And I would also bring back Crouchy, but like with upgrades, make him a lot more stable. I know that his welds were pretty bad and he had a leaning problem. I'd bring back Crouchy, Collector, and the Jack in a Box from Home Depot. It just first off at the top of my head, I'm sure there's better picks. Okay. When are you gonna start selling the Upside Hans cardboard cutout? I want to buy one for my film set. I got this from Oriental Trading. Just like you could customize and like make a cutout. And so we took a very low quality picture of me. Like you can see the pixels on there. And I've used it in a couple videos, like hanging out with Wacky Mole Part 2. Where I go over there and then I stand like that, and then Whack-A-Mole comes around and then finds out it's just a cutout. Might use it in the future, but it's just been sitting around for so long now. I'm glad to have it as part of my setup here. Upside Hans, would you want Nightmare Harvester to come back to Spirit? Nightmare Harvester. So I'm just trying to think of which one that is. Oh, the freaking huge dude who's holding the pumpkin. And yeah. Totally. I love Nightmare Harvester, especially his voice. It kind of sounds like he's speaking through a tin can, but I think it's cool. Barnyard Butcher, Silent and Deadly, and Three-Faced Jester. Oh, Three-Faced Jester is so good. Silent and Deadly, I know some people who really dislike it, but I really enjoy it. It's kind of like a... like, I feel like it would be served better as a static that's even cheaper, where he's just kind of like sitting there just like as a static prop, because he's almost like a distortion static, the way he's just kind of like standing there all creepy. The motion is kind of unnecessary for Silent and Deadly, but I would love to see him come back, as long as I can afford him, because I imagine they would have him like $200 or $200 plus, which is not worth it for him. He's like 5 foot something and like just turns left and right. It wouldn't be worth it for $200, but below that, it'd probably be worth it. Personally, I want Dead Humor to come back. He was cool and only for $50. Yeah, there's a lot of props from that like clown train thing that so many people want back. I should make the chat box a little bit bigger. Let me just do that. Alright, there we go. Now you can see yourself on the screen a little bit easier. Okay. What's your favorite professional animatronic? Ooh. So, I'm going to do 2 categories out of the ones that I own, that I have owned, and out of just all of them, which will be much harder to choose. But out of the ones that I've owned, I've had Mutant and Clown Kicker. The statics are there too, but they don't really compete with the animatronics. I think that between Mutant and Clown Kicker, I prefer Mutant. It's just I only sold him because I don't have enough space. I couldn't move him on my own, and it felt like he was breaking. Like I have a video of his like shoulder things kind of like going in and out on their own without like moving the prop forward and back because the joints were so loose. It was just moving within the like joint. And so I was like, oh frick, I should probably sell this, or I could fix it. But there were the other problems with the lack of storage and the lack of like being able to move it on my own. And so I'm like, you know what, it might be worth it to sell it, get like $3,000, and then spend it on a more easy to handle prop like Clown Kicker. Who's Upside Haunts? Who's better, Nightmare Harvester or Harvester of Souls? Harvester. I think as long as you have a good setup for it, like haunt wise, Harvester of Souls is better because Harvester of Souls is the one that like lifts up the girl and then like steals her soul or whatever. If I'm thinking of the right one. And yeah, I think that one has a lot more like wow factor. People would kind of sit there and watch it with the fog and everything. As long as it like holds up in quality, I can't really compare the two since I've never owned either. And Nightmare Harvester, I think, is better for like display purposes. If he's just like kind of outside and people get to watch him kind of passively, since he's just a kind of turn and talk animatronic, doesn't really have a special ability or anything. So they're kind of good for different reasons, but I would rather have Harvester of Souls. Did you hear that Spirit might have FNAF animatronics next year? I saw the leaks. They're fake leaks. At least I think so. But it's kind of a fun thought. I hope they do. I hope they would do that. Hamburger Hospital, thank you for the $2. I don't really have anything to do for donations quite yet. Haven't figured that part out. But he says Garden of Banban. Man, I couldn't resonate with that anymore. Like that's actually my whole like motto. The words that I live by. Garden of Banban. Oh man, dude, that takes me back. What's your least favorite prop in general? Oh my gosh, I forgot to say what's my favorite professional prop in general. Okay, I'll say my least favorite prop first because that's easier. Least favorite prop in general, probably. Oh, it was probably something from the past year. That Tombstone one that kept having the malfunction where it just like spins its head, and like it was just so dumb. I don't know. And it was so expensive, and it just counted as a whole animatronic. I felt like that was just like a small little set piece. I feel like it filled in a space that could have been filled by an actually good animatronic. What's it called? I forget. But everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's from 2023. My favorite professional prop in general, probably Ghost Flyer. I think that thing is like ethereal to be in the presence of. It's just so insane to see moving just in its full big range, and it's so much bigger than you. I think that one's a sort of easy pick, Ghost Flyer. I know that Brick Thunder owns it and makes good use of it because I've seen it at his haunt. Oh yes, wait. No, it's not Tombstone Terror. It had the spinning head. I wonder if I could find it. Okay. I bet you it's on here still. I doubt that it sold out. Got the shorty slippers right here. I don't know why that's there. Dang, it must have sold out. What the heck? It was like Morning of the Great. Wait, no! It's this one! Eternal Rest! This thing sucks. I'm sorry for all the Eternal Rest stands out there, the absolute lovers, the people who are diehard for Eternal Rest. But like, it is not worth $139. It's worth like $50 or so, and it it was just super faulty. It would just like spin its head. Almost everyone that I saw would just spin its head like, and keep spinning, not just do the switch. It was very very silly, you know. Okay. Could you beat Whack-A-Mole? I did beat Whack-A-Mole. In Hanging Out with Whack-A-Mole Part 3, I reboxed and put him away. That's how I beat him. He tried to jump on me. What's your favorite FNAF animatronic and game? Personally, my favorite game is Help Wanted 2, the VR one, followed by Sister Location. Favorite animatronic is Withered Bonnie, followed by Funtime Foxy. This is a question asked by Aiden. My favorite animatronic, it's either Springtrap or which is like basic because it's like the main villain, but I think he's so cool. The idea that he's a corpse inside this withering suit, and he's the main villain, so it's kind of cool on its own. But either Springtrap or like Funtime Freddy, because I really like the personality behind Funtime Freddy. But it does go into that kind of sci-fi. He's not very scary, you know? So I think Springtrap's my favorite. And my favorite game has got to be Help Wanted, the first one. Because it kind of... the VR games are like that best. Because you feel like you're there. It makes it 10 times more scary. And the first one, it just like... encapsulates the best years of the series when it comes to like scariness. It's just the first games. So I feel like that's a good game to kind of like, if you want to show people what Five Nights at Freddy's is, you show them the first Help Wanted. It has everything. Okay. It's hard to keep up with the chat. There's so many questions. Thank you, by the way. Let's see. Would you rather remake Spirit 2018 or remake Spirit 2016? I would like to not remake any Spirit. I don't have the kind of patience to do that or will to do that. But if you're asking me if I could just magically bring back one of the years or one of the themes, it would probably be... What was in 2016? Sorry, I don't have like an encyclopedic knowledge of Spirit Halloween. Spirit Halloween 2016, because this is before my time. Ah. You know, I think, you know, just on a surface level of knowledge, because I don't know a whole lot about 2016. This is a cool theme. I've seen stuff of it. And I don't know exactly what animatronics are in there. I see Swinging Scarecrow, who's a pretty goofy character. But I would probably bring back 2018, because I really like this ship. The ship is 2018, right? Spirit Halloween 2018. No, that was the... I'm just wrong about everything, I guess. I'm not the guy to ask about, like, Spirit Halloween history or anything. I think it would still be 2018, though. I really like this guy. The guy on the thumbnail. Pumpkin Patch Prowler. That's the name. I owned him. I am a certified Pumpkin Patch Prowler previous owner. Now, yeah, 2018 was the farm. What do you think is an underrated prop? I think, you know, the Spirit overrates his price, but I think that a lot of people overhate on nozzles. I really like nozzles. I've said this before in my re-unboxing of him. I go into way more detail about my opinions on nozzles, but I think he's my favorite, like, fogger. I don't know. I like his goofy character. I like the idea of his hands being nozzles and all the amount of fog that he puts out. He's not a fogger that just fogs for the sake of fogging, like the hunched over like the Fogging Grim Reaper, because he just fogs out of his mouth because he can. Nozzles, it's explained. He's got the nozzles. I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. He is kind of a generic clown. Other than that, though, that is a downside to him, and obviously his price. Don't ever buy him for $350. That's a huge like Spirit Halloween L. Yeah, Nuzzles is way more worth it now because of his 210 price. I think that's about like what he's worth. Hmm. Is the Transworld mascot behind you on the top shelf? Let me grab that. Yes. It's him. Get a good look. Oh! 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 It's a zombie guy with the skull on his face. It is 2 of 5, which is pretty awesome. This was sold at the Tribute Store. I kind of have a lot of Transworld stuff here. I also have a flagship thing. This is Here Lies number 3, because my group was some of the first people into flagship the other year. This one's from Transworld, and so is this glowing pumpkin thing. Let's see, I'm looking for questions that I've completely missed because the chat was a little bit too fast. My dream animatronic is Ghost Flyer, but he's way too big, says Noah Hans. Yeah. Same. My dream animatronic, in general, outside of the professional Halloween industry, I would love the Yeti from Expedition Everest. Get that to work, but that's completely impractical and crazy huge. But it's a cool thought. What are your thoughts on Spear Halloween 2023 Martian Warrior? That's really specific. It's a part of line of animatronics that I think are like, I'm coming out strong here, but I'll make up for it. I think are really dumb because they price them at $400. This was so Martian Warrior was $400. So was what's the name, Slim, and also probably the most ridiculous one. What's her name? The Crypt Keeper. Like, what are they thinking? Who's gonna buy that? Some people bought it, but you know, these people live and die with Spear Halloween, you know. But Martian Warrior on its own, not counting the price, because the price is kind of what weighs it down completely for me. It's cool. It looks just like it is from the movies, and it's a totally serviceable, like, licensed animatronic for all those collectors out there. Unfortunately, Spear won its rating on everyone's parade. Everybody who wanted it, and probably didn't buy it because it was a absurd $400. Probably should have been $200 or less, honestly, because it just has the head turn, and it has the mist thing, but like that can't add like $100 or so onto it. What are your thoughts on the Poison Props Bushman animatronic? Says Ascend the Clown Hunter. I really like the Bush. I have a little bit of mixed feelings. It's again with I think that it's overpriced because it's like 3,000 or so, and but Bushman is a crazy effective jump scare, probably the most effective jump scare that I saw at Transworld because I literally thought that it was just a bush. It's super like unassuming, and you could kind of place it anywhere because it's so versatile. So like some people it may be worth it, but I think it's overpriced. It's just, yeah, those are my thoughts. Overpriced, just but a really really good jump scare. Yeah, 15-foot Phantom I got for $200, and so like that's super worth it because a lot of people are reselling the 15-foot Phantom nowadays since people have used it for a couple years now, and so now's the time to just like get the 15-foot Phantom for like 200 to $100, and it's just super worth it as long as you can, you know, set it up in a way where it's not going to destroy itself because it is super huge. Hmm. Okay, I want to talk about. Wait, I've got to move this over. Go onto Spirit's website real quick. I have heard of Beastcraft from Transworld. Because I've been to Transworld. I've seen them all. And it is freaking awesome. I love Beastcraft. I think that they're overpriced for what they do, but it's mostly because they have a really small team, but their stuff are really cool and really realistic. They put out some unique stuff. I appreciate their space, kind of filling in the cracks between what other companies do. But anyways, from best to worst, we're going here with the Frankenstein, who they had the chutzpah, the gall to price it the same as Home Depot did, when this is far inferior to Home Depot's. Because like, let's watch a little video of this. Never mind, that's not gonna work. I don't know why. But like, it just kind of does this. It's like, and it does nothing else. Its paint job looks good on this model, but we've seen on let's go to chilling props. Chilling props. Shout out to them. They've got some good stuff to look at. But yeah, so we will see. Here it is. We've got to look at the paint job of this thing. Now, where is its head? There it is. Peekaboo. That's not good. That's not good. Like I know people complain about the head of Home Depot's Frankenstein not having a fantastic paint job, but like it makes up for it in the facial animation, which is awesome, and people are like wowed by that. Nobody's wowed by this one's movement, and then to make it worse, the paint job doesn't turn out good in these models. Like, that's all it had going for it, honestly, was like the good look of this model. But then when this was shown, then it's like, oh dang, never mind, you know? Yeah, Spirits is more accurate, like facial structure wise, to like Frankenstein, in the original like film or whatever. But like Home Depot's is just way better value wise. Like, and that could even be justified too, because there have been so many different iterations of Frankenstein that like as long as he's recognizable as Frankenstein, the accuracy like hardly matters. Like we've seen stuff from Distortions, which isn't like officially licensed, like Frank, the animatronic version, which doesn't look just like this, but it's still awesome because it just looks good in general. Isn't there a bush woman too, bruh? No, there's not. I'm so sorry to tell you that, to embark this terrible news on you. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm actually alive too. It actually took me forever to like build up the courage to, which sounds stupid, to build up the courage to like actually go live. I've been annoying my friends so much, going like, yeah, I'm gonna go live soon. I'm doing all this to go live. I finally got this set up. I'm gonna go live soon and stuff like that. But I just never did that. It never like went live until now, and I figured I should just, you know, close my eyes and press the button, which honestly has only done good things. Just closing my eyes and pressing the button. What killer clown would you want to see for 2025? I'd like to see Spike. Just like this guy. I agree with Dr. Grayson. Spike, he's pretty cool. And he's kind of... Isn't he like the icon of killer clowns from outer space? I'm surprised that he hasn't... that there hasn't been a prop of him yet. Let me look it up real quick. Spike killer clowns from outer space. Oh, no, not quite. He's not. He's not like the poster child, but he is another like very main character. Very iconic look. He'd be good for a prop. Okay. I'm surprised I am alive too. Are you excited for the FNAF 2 movie coming out? Of course I am. I made a whole like huge like 20 or so minute long FNAF review video that's like highly edited. I'm very proud of that. But like I was very critical of the movie, but no matter what the movie is or how bad it is, I'm going to see it. I've been a fan of FNAF ever since I was like 11, so it's just I'm gonna go see it. There's no question about it. I don't really care if it's bad, but I hope it's good, of course. I'm kind of with Anthony Leone for that. What animatronics will you review next? I'm actually not sure. I have no clue. I don't have any videos prepared right now. That's why there's been kind of a long space of like, I think 10 days between now and my last video. And I was planning on doing a lot of Christmas animatronics, but it's not really working out. When I have to kind of like buy and return or buy and sell stuff, I feel bad that I have to do that all the time. And so I'm kind of slowing down with that. But whoever I can like borrow animatronics from to do review videos like I did with Scarewolf, I borrowed from a friend. It's awesome to do that. There's no like guilt involved with having to like return or resell something immediately. What are your thoughts on Spirit Halloween the movie? It's such a nothing movie. It just felt like such a wasted opportunity. I feel like they made a movie because they felt like, why haven't we made a movie yet? And so they just kind of like put out whatever first came to mind, and just like, oh my gosh, the first and only time I've seen the movie was in like a Spirit Cord VC. I randomly joined, they were watching it, and so then I just kind of like sat there, muted myself, and watched for the whole thing, and I felt nothing the whole time. I mean, the idea of the animatronics getting possessed is cool, but that's just Five Nights at Freddy's. There were like cool shots of Night Stalker or whatever his name is, the one on the 4 legs on the ground, like burning. That's kind of cool. It's the only cool thing I could think of from the movie. If someone made a FNAF animatronic, including professional companies, would you buy it? Absolutely. I think that if it's below $4,000, because that was my like budget for mutants, below $4,000, it was like $3,680. Then I would try and chase after a FNAF animatronic, as long as it like looks good, of course. Just kind of assuming. And if a retail company makes a FNAF animatronic, of course I'm getting that, of course, and I'm keeping it too. What are you going to Transworld, and will you make a big purchase if you go? I am going to Transworld, and no, I'm not going to make a big purchase. The only purchases I'm planning on making is little like stuff from the tribute store as like souvenirs, and I'll like add them onto my shelf. And you'll be able to see them in the background forever until it gets replaced by newer Transworld stuff, I guess, in future years. What if it's $4,001? Then I guess the FNAF animatronic is out of my budget. Which would be a horrible travesty, and I would feel bad forever. And the reason why I'm not getting anything from Transworld this year is because I already kind of made a Transworld purchase, a professional purchase of this year, and that is Banshee. Oh man, Banshee is cool. Wait, let me go to their website. I want to show you for all the people who are uninitiated. Do 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 do. Here we go. Here it is. Freaking cool, right? Like, I love this. It has this like levitating effect. You could see below its feet. It's like levitating above, and the stand is hidden behind the kind of cape it has, or like dress. And the fact that you can kind of move its mouth. This is like my favorite distortion static that they've released like ever so far. I know that this is a huge like glazing fest, but like this is cool. Like, come on, you gotta admit that. And I'm excited to use this for like skits and stuff. Oh my gosh, all the pop-ups. And I ordered this the second day that it released. I was like debating it super hard. Tyler could tell you. I was like going, should I buy it? Should I not? Should I buy it? Should I not? Or like wait for other things to come out, because I know Distortions is going to come out with more and potentially cooler stuff in the future, but I didn't want to risk the discount going away, because it would add an extra $50 onto it if I waited. And so far, it's hard to say because I don't know what else is coming out, but I'm glad that I got it. And in another week at most, I should be receiving it, because it's been like 4 weeks. Ooh, jump scare.
This is our new.
Yeah, it is awesome. Going back to Facecam. Let's see. When you made that Scary Seating Scarecrow review, did you know that they took inspiration from Wicked Makers? Yes, and it's giving Spirit a lot of grace to say inspiration, because it's just basically copying. Like, me and some friends in the VC talked about this earlier, and the timing of it all, and like Scary Sitting Scarecrow, like I don't think that it was Spirit who like made the decision on all that. I think that was Techie, because Techie has been caught like copying designs of other things as well. But Techie must have seen the video, immediately just went like, "That's a good idea. We should make that." And so then they did, and then Spirit like picked it up and sold it, of course. And like it kind of makes me not like Scary Sitting Scarecrow as much, but like I think it's better than the basic Sitting Scarecrow, but neither of them are like crazy, you know, they're just budget animatronics. Did you see that Wicked Makers made a puppet and Springtrap prop, and someone else made a Pit Bonnie prop using Skill Crane prop? Yes, I've seen all those. They are freaking cool. I love Wicked Makers. I've met them like twice in 2 different times, 2 different Trans Worlds. And it's just, they're like awesome people on camera and off. And like, their stuff, it's a crazy cool detail and crazy cool accuracy. I absolutely love it, and I love the FNAF animatronics. I don't know if they plan on like selling any of those things, because if they do, I want to buy them. I want to buy like a FNAF animatronic from them or something, because they're freaking awesome. Well, when are you gonna collab with them? I don't really have plans for that. I don't know if they would want to. I don't know what we would do. Yeah, this scary one, like obviously the produced model of the Scary Seating Scarecrow doesn't look nearly as good as the customized Wicked Maker one, but there's a lot of very specific aspects of it that are obviously carried over. But since it's like mass produced and whatever, it just doesn't look nearly as good. It's just better than the like basic version of the Sitting Scarecrow. Yes, Pargo's Pizzeria made that that like into the pit ball pit version of Skill Crane, and I've seen a lot of Pargo's Pizzeria like content before. I like a viewer of his, and so it's so cool to go like, wait, he made that, you know? Yeah, I've seen Party City's old like Freddy, and it's like I hate to say it, but it's kind of laughably bad. I'll show you a video of it for all those who are unfamiliar. Let's go and look at this thing. But despite saying it's laughably bad, I still would buy it, you know? Let's see, I'm just looking for like an official video of it. I don't want to like do a review. Oh, here it is. Halloween Costumes posted it as well. I think that they also sold it. It's my little game theory. This thing sucks. I'm sorry. Look at its like arm position and its like face shape and the music with the like piano notes. And just looking left and right, it's just repeatedly doing the like FNAF scream. Look at its eyes. I would buy this, don't get me wrong. But it's really funny. If I had it, I'd keep it in my background. I think that Scott does actually approve of this, but there are plenty of knockoff things just all the time. Yes, I love Unit 70 Studios. Great Narwhal just asked, are you a fan of Unit 70? I think they are one of the best professional companies. Yes, they are. But they don't attend Transworld, unfortunately. Not anymore. And it sucks because I really want to see them more in person. But I did go to the Darkness during last Transworld and got to see like a lot of their stuff because the Darkness is a huge customer of Unit 70. And I got to see that huge Pennywise as well in person. Which is like one of the first like big scary animatronics I've seen anything of online, and so it's a total like dream moment to take a picture with that animatronic. Hamburger Hospital says, can you play Five Nights at Poppy, Slend Times, and Indigo Machine of Ban The Reckoning on stream? Dude, I've already got that on my like list of things to do. It's on my to-do list. I've written it down. That whole thing, can't really repeat it. It's like saying the name of Voldemort, saying the name of that game. So we are all eternally doomed. They should... Artem Skeleton asks... they should make a 6-foot Freddy Fazbear animatronic, and they kind of combine the word Fazvermatronic. I don't know how to read that. But yes, of course. Life-size Freddy Fazbear. Good idea. If only they would come up with that, you know? Real game on Steam, by the way. It's $250. What? Wait, I've seen clips on TikTok of a game and the caption is like, bro paid $250 for this game. I thought that it was just straight up lying. That would actually be so funny because I've seen clips of it and it is a really funny game. I would play that if it's actually $250. I'm not playing that, but I would play that if I could like get it through some other means or something. Because it's like a totally satire version of just the super oversaturated mascot horror games. People are so sick of all the Garten of Banban's Rainbow Friends, like just freaking everything. It's too oversaturated. The creativity is running a little bit dry, and so now this new generation of like satire games making fun of it all are coming up, and it's like my favorite thing ever. Great Narwhal says, Not gonna lie, I think everything Halloween costume sells is like 90% bad. Like, they really just don't got good animatronics whatsoever and need to step it up. They do need to step it up, and with the help of a friend of mine, they are totally stepping up in a future year. I'm super excited for the future of Halloween costumes. They haven't done crazy stuff quite yet. FNAF Joy of Creation gameplay when? I do not own that game. I would play it though. Right now, actually, I should show you my desktop to see what video games I have currently installed. I've got My Singing Monsters, Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 2, Gary's Mod, Fortnite, Roblox Player, Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, Alien Hominid, Invasion, Castle Crashers, this emulator to play Subway Surfers, and Minecraft, of course, and the wallpaper engine to show a cool wallpaper in the background. Arcane, of course. Ooh! There's a bunch of me there. Trying to read up in chat just to see what's going on. See any questions that I totally 100% missed. Oh yeah, that one Freddy prop totally predicted the FNAF movie Red Eyes, or it was just something else. It totally did predict that because it's got the like yellowish, you know, their eyes are yellow for a lot of the movie, and that prop's got yellow eyes. So you know what? It ended up a little bit more accurate because of that, just by coincidence, by mistake. You know, a clock is right at least one time a day, or however the saying goes. There's a drone flying over my house right now. Should I be concerned? You should absolutely be concerned. You should fear for your life at every waking moment. In fact, you don't even need a drone for that. You can just do that every day. Just fear, and stay afraid forever, you know? That's my certified advice. But I'm also going to look at the Morris Costumes 2025 stuff. Okay, let us see. So we've gotten a bunch of junk from Morris Costumes 2025. I'm not sure exactly like where it came from, but people are making videos on it. Shout out to Awesome Alex99 here because he's here providing so graciously providing us these videos of the props. This is cool. Wait. This is cool. I really like this. It's obviously, or not somewhat obviously, it's just kind of like lesser obviously, a copy or inspired by the Necromancer from Scare Factory. Necromancer! Here it is. $19,000 with everything. This is the Necromancer. Its whole thing is that it's got a bunch of junk on its back. All these, like, not exactly tombs, but they're coffins and zombies and pirates and junk. And it is just so freaking cool. I mean, let me full screen this. Low quality video, but who really cares? It's a Necromancer. And it like stands up, and we've seen a lot of things that take inspiration. Like this isn't without the realm of possibility. If you look at this and look at the other thing and go like, that's obviously not inspired. You know, that's fine. But we've seen this a lot, where retail companies will go to Transworld, take notes, and just trying to recreate things from Transworld, but in a retail like sphere. He has the same sort of build, large and bulky, big shoulders, and he's got gravestones on his back. He's kind of a zombie reaper skeleton thing with graves on his back, and that really kind of strikes necromancer in my heart. And yeah, Home Depot Floating Reaper is... Oh, hi there, Awesome Alex. Whoops. The Home Depot Floating Reaper, Levitating Reaper, is obviously... It's probably one of the most obvious kind of ripoffs from a professional animatronic. It was something that Beastcraft had made, which is unfortunate because Beastcraft is kind of small in comparison to other pro companies. And then, but I do kind of... I like Home Depot's Levitating Reaper, so it kind of makes me biased. And I enjoy it, but it does suck that it is such an obvious ripoff. So finally we have the audio of the Painter Clown, because I made a video so long ago about this Painter Clown. I wonder if it's going to actually finally release, or if these are all super old videos. I really like this guy. It's a super basic SVI, just clown. But he paints and he talks about red, and I'm assuming he's like implying that his bucket is full of blood. Oh! Oh! You know, the one thing to make something scarier is just drench it with blood, you know? But I enjoy his character. I like his smile with his kind of hillbilly-ish teeth. And I like his voice. But I wouldn't get him on the account that he's just kind of... He's still a bit too basic for me when it comes to just like... You know, he's another tall SVI clown. I won't deny that he is cool, though. Let's skip on over to this werewolf, which I cannot say the same for. I'm assuming this is really big, because if it's not, that's another downside. Because look at what it does.
Alright, so this werewolf one here...
That's all it does. Wait, skipping back. I'm so sorry, Awesome Alex 99. But it just kind of does this. It doesn't move its mouth. It just makes noise. It's like the super laziest basic version of a werewolf. The only thing that I think is cool about this werewolf is its face in the dark with its creepy like 2-dot glowing eyes and its white teeth. I think that it could be scary and intimidating thing in the dark. But other than that, kind of all its pluses, you know? Anyways, I've got to catch up with chat. I'm trying to see. I wish that I could really distinguish from just glancing at the chat which things are questions and which are not. Sarcastic YT says, when I grow up, I want to work at Morris Costumes. They're so cool and amazing with awesome prices. Yes, of course. Obviously. You know what? That's a career that everybody aspires to. You know, when, I've done a huge survey in schools where I ask all the children of the classroom, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I've gotten a outsized number of people who say Morris Costumes. Just in general, working at Morris Costumes. Of course, I'm lying. For anybody that thought that they didn't really catch the drift of my sarcasm. Yeah, bro's not pausing on good spots for Alex. True. I'll give you a broken jumping spider for the necromancer, take it or leave her. I mean, for the necromancer, take it or leave it. That's a pretty good deal. Scare Factory should consider that. $18,000. Jumping spider. It's like nerf or nothing, you know? Carnival of Carnage says, I really hope the Painter Clown releases. I do too. I enjoy him. Again, wouldn't get him, but I hope that he releases so that I could kind of see more videos of him and maybe see him in person. I think that would be cool. maybe we'll see him next Trans World if he is releasing with Morris costumes this year. Or next year, I guess, technically. It's funny how Great Narwhal says it's funny how Spirit came up with the whole drone thing just to tease the next year's theme being aliens. That's true. Like the drones you see up above you in New Jersey, that's Spirit Halloween. That's like an advertising campaign. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to leak this or not, but it's actually an advertising campaign for Spirit Halloween, kind of leaking their like next theme, not leaking, teasing their next theme being aliens. And so people see the drones and go like, "Oh my goodness, what are these?" And it builds up hype for like Spirit Halloween's next theme. Of course, I'm lying. Okay. Now, I think we have indeed gone over all the glorious things for all the new stuff, because we've seen Frankenstein, Lucky Liz, the Banshee Legend, and these things. So, like, I'd say like half the things are cool and half the things are dumb. Like this is dumb. And the painter clown, he's all right. He's kind of mid, you know. He not mid in a bad way, but he's like totally middle of the road. Cool, but also like kind of basic. This thing is cool. Oh, whoops. This thing is cool. This thing is dumb. So is Lucky Liz, but this thing is awesome. Probably like the best thing so far. Of course it is. It's professional prop. Ooh. Is that why there have been drones flying back and forth over my street? Of course it is. Obviously. Oh dang, they're actually drones? That's kind of crazy. I will not give them the Death Ray. It's true. I hope that you got Death Ray at the discount, because Death Ray is not worth $330. This is so like Spirit brain rot. Adrian just said, when I heard of the spider called the Brazilian black and white spider, I thought of Spirit's black jumping spider. I like to think the jumping spider is that. Whoa! Be careful with these crazy ideas. They're just coming up with these wild, crazy ideas. For all the available distortions props on their site, I'll give them a step pad missing the electronics to take it or leave it. Prices firm. Just one moment. I've got to pause the stream for a second. Okay, hello, I'm back. We've got Kevin here. Kevin, come here. Doggy. This is Kevin, my dog. Wait, I gotta set him down. He's sleeping. You've seen him in a couple videos. But Upside, you should react to random haunted videos now. That brings me to a thing. I am kind of like working on creating a Discord server. I've been doing that for like months. I kind of left it just like rotting for a while. And I want it to be very intertwined with the streaming thing. And so I have a channel there for like submissions, for things that I could react to or whatever. It could be anything. Whatever I kind of like ask in the community posts, if I want like submissions for something, that would be the channel for that. And then I'd just like go onto the server and go into that channel. So I plan on releasing that super soon now. I think like either tomorrow or the next day. I'll do some kind of community post or Instagram story, just kind of like sharing the link to the Discord server. And it should be awesome and hunky-dory, and everybody should have wonderful days for the rest of their life. Ranking every haunter on Earth when. I would like to do different variations of that that style of ranking. Just ranking of everything ever. Yo, whoa. Be careful. That's absolutely crazy with the you actually like seeing the drone things in person. I'm guessing you live around New Jersey, because that's like where it's been happening. So I had to take a swig. There seems to be a lot of people who don't really upload a lot, but are somehow kind of well known, just because they talk to, like, socialize a lot within the community. And so, like, a lot of people who barely ever upload, or even people who don't upload at all, are just like super well known because they just know a lot of people, have talked a lot in all of these public forums. Upside, what is your most favorite Spear Halloween theme? I think that my favorite is, it's got to be something carnival, because I love the clown theme, which is super basic, I know, but oh no, I can't help it. It's in my nature. Probably the most recent theme. I love the cotton candy scent that they used, which is like, I think maybe the first time that they used like fog scents, and they used it inside the small walkthrough. They had the projector fans, which they've been using for the last couple of years, and I loved all the lights. I wish that I had come over like right after Halloween, went over to Spear Halloween to try and pick up some of the theme pieces, but you know, then again, I don't have the storage for it, so I can't really keep stuff like that. But it was super cool. So it's been a good time recently, just kind of enjoying what they've been putting out. Not exactly animatronic wise, but theme wise, it was awesome in the last year. I know that Larry is selling a bunch of stuff at the Darkness, but unfortunately I don't live anywhere near there, and since they're incredibly heavy and incredibly big, shipping would be crazy, trying to go and pick them up would be crazy. all like price wise, it'd just be insane. And so like it doesn't end up being worth it at all. Someday I might like try and do a drive to Transworld. It might end up being like a road trip or something, but that's only if I plan on like picking up something from there, and then it'd be like a little bit more worth it. But I already have plane tickets for Transworld this year. I'm definitely going. I'm super excited for it. It's probably I think I look forward to Transworld more than Halloween itself, which I have no idea if that's a hot take or not, because it's super cool. And I get to see all my friends. What is Burr listening to? I got this old-fashioned music going on in the background. Let me turn it down a little bit. Just kind of fill in empty space. Spirit 2022 was the best year. Let me look at what that was. Because I have a very short memory. I only have only keep certain things prominent in my mind, and everything else goes out the window. Okay, here we are. 2022. Oh, it's this. This thing sucks. I'm sorry for any people who absolutely love a possessed pumpkin, but you know, it being a reskin of Crouchy, there's a super corny lines. It's got a plastic head, which is cool. It won't like dry rot, but like on every other account, this is not good. Not good. But the theme is awesome. I respect the choice of this being like your favorite theme for Spirit Halloween. Because I love all the lights and the like bubble tubes and the cool like electricity things. Oh my gosh, and young Crouchy that year. What the heck? So far, Reagan is the first and only time that we've seen the projection used on an animatronic. I hope to see that in the future. A lot of people thought that Slim was going to use that for a kind of like puppet show thing coming out of his side, just like from the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But unfortunately, he disappointed most everyone with the like fake popcorn bag. Ah, yes. And Nozzle's my beloved. Oh my gosh, they kind of spliced audios together here. He says nothing like a little bit of toxic fog. That's so strange. Oh, and the shaking floors, that was awesome. Dang, that puts it into competition with like my favorite theme. I'm not sure. Not. I like the carnival theme better, but this is like a close second. I like the shaking floor and all that. (2020) 2022 is the worst year? Dang. Animatronic-wise, 2022 was incredibly weak. But just like purely based on theme, not factoring in the animatronics at all, it was a pretty cool theme. Also, I really wish I could get my hands on that prototype head. That's so good looking. I try to make my like Nozzle's head look like that. I've done a bunch of like painting and stuff on it, and use like hair gel to make its hair stay in that position. Yeah, Aiden. This in 2022, like being your first year, would kind of like naturally make you nostalgic almost immediately because it just like sticks out in your mind so much. Yo, his nozzle's overpriced. Yes, yes. I mean, not hardly as much now because now he's like 200 something, but 350 is absurd. Don't price him to 350 bucks. It angers me. Yes, absolutely overpriced. There's like no question about it. I just like it like on its own merits with not factoring in the price of Nuzzles the Cloud. I'm so glad that I got it for a price that I think is much more worth it on its discount. Yeah, no, Buzzsaw is on his way to literally never sell out ever. Let's go to Spirit's website. It's crazy how much like bigger Spirit is in the mind of the community than like Home Depot and everyone else. Because honestly, Spirit like it, I don't think it's as good as Home Depot. I think that its themes are obviously crazy and like different from any other company, but like animatronic wise, Home Depot beats them. Often Lowe's beats them too, but Lowe's was like crazy overpriced this year. It's hard to say. Um, but yeah, something about them kind of makes them way more iconic at Spirit, or at least people perceive them as way more iconic. It is strange. Because personally, I'm a way bigger fan of Home Depot, and I'm way more hyped whenever I see anything like professional. It's like obviously it's like way better than retail stuff, but a lot of people get just as hyped about like Spirit Halloween stuff, which is crazy because Spirit Halloween is like super mid most of the time. Like $200 for this static cremator, for example. It is so weird how Spirit has not stepped up their quality. Like Home Depot is considerably better on most every animatronic. Absolutely, I agree. Um, it seems like Spirit is kind of dragging their feet when it comes to like innovating. Like they only want to do something cool and new if they're basically forced to do that by other companies. Like Home Depot with all their cool servo stuff after Grimm came out first. Grimm came out like starting the servo stuff, and then Home Depot ran with it and did some crazy stuff with the face. And then Spirit's like, oh no, that's not for me. And then a couple years later, they do Nibbles, which is awesome. I love Nibbles. Not because of his design or his voice or anything, except for the tracking motion. That's the good part of Nibbles. And I can't wait for like, I hope that the history repeats itself with the servos, where the Nibbles like mech is used in a much cooler way by Home Depot in a future year. Because I kind of trust Home Depot a bit better to make something that's like, you know, worth the price. I totally would buy more professional props. The only problem is money. they're all so expensive. It's kind of defined by how absurdly expensive professional animatronics are. Thank you, Halloween. Halloween Hangout, donating $2. And would you? He asks, would you buy me Giant Death Ray with this money? Absolutely. I just need this many $2, and I'll buy you I'll buy you Giant Death Ray. I'm lying, of course, but that's awesome. Thank you. Giant Death Ray. It's so funny the way that Spirit names their stuff, because you know when you get the teasers of like here's everyone's names, you expect Giant Death Ray to be a Giant Death Ray, and then it's an alien. Like it's kind of alien associated, like a Giant Death Ray you could imagine an alien having, but it like still it just makes no sense. Are they like it's got to be intentional at this point, right? The way that they just like name something completely off the mark of what it is. Also, it's odd that young Crouchy is a younger version of Crouchy, but Collector's Minion is like a minion to Collector. They're like inconsistent with making like smaller versions of them. I like Young Collector's concept a lot more than Young Crouchy because Young Collector fits into the kind of canon of Collector. He's one of his minions. But it's also kind of dumb because like he's just a small version of Collector, and that's supposed to be like what his minions look like, just tiny versions of him. And so it's like super cartoony and goofy, and so it takes away all the scariness the Collector like might have had at first. Kind of questionable if he had any scariness to begin with, honestly. Collector himself is a bit of a goofy cartoony character. I got a call from Spirit C. Sarcastic YT says I got a call from Spirit CEO saying he needed $1 billion and my credit card info. So I did exactly that because I love Bobby Strings. That is so valid. I love Bobby Strings too. I would do every step of that process just for my boy. Okay, here's another underrated prop. Bobby Strings. I know that, like, Sarcastic's comment was being sarcastic, true to the name, but I like this character, even if you had to, like, mute him to like, be cool or creepy. The only thing I didn't trust at all was his structure, because it was, like, leaning to the right a ton. And I was like, oh, frig, that's not gonna hold up at all. I forgot that Beastcraft was on here. That's such an odd decision. Did they just have, like, Beastcraft stuff? $400 the head on the stake. Sounds about right for, like, professional props and Beastcraft. But, like, man, I wonder how many people have ordered Beastcraft stuff through Spirit. There used to be another thing. Wait. Another Beastcraft prop. It was like the ghost that looked like it was levitating. It was an animatronic. It seems like, since I can't find him, at least not now, this is like the only Beastcraft thing on the website. Strange. I wonder why they removed the other one. That one was like 1,000 or something. You know, again, I wouldn't believe that any like Spirit Halloween customers would buy something that expensive that seems that kind of like small in comparison. It's like a totally different thing putting professional props onto the listings along with the retail stuff. People aren't familiar with the differences. Who's better, Barnaby or Monty? I love Barnaby a lot more. I think Monty's scarier, definitely. But Monty has very basic movement, whereas Barnaby has something very interesting As long as he's in the dark, so that you hide this dumb kind of like pole in the middle. But his like full body movement and like looking like he's bouncing on the ball is so much more cool to see than Monty's like symbol clashing. You know, Monty is simple. He doesn't need to be complicated, but that just makes him inherently less interesting to me than Barnaby. I like them both though. Beastcraft makes me feral. That's awesome. That's so cool. So cool, dude. Who's it? That's not sarcastic YT. That's scaretastic YT. No, scaretastic YT would be like the like way more typical version of his name. If he had like a basic hunter name, it'd be scaretastic YT. You prefer Rotten Ringmaster of Spirit Halloween Ringmaster? I think that Ringmaster is cool because it's got the projection. Oh, I was wrong about the projection thing being only on Reagan because Ringmaster exists, but like his projection is too dim. He often breaks and doesn't like lean back and stay back. He'll like just go back forward. It's just too faulty for my liking. But he is cool and unique. I enjoy that it is just like a normal person, you know, rather than like creepy zombie guy or whatever. But I'm not sure. The Ringmaster, like the SVI Ringmaster with the cage and everything, is cool with the like extra aspect with the cage and like a kid or a clown in there. But that one looks a lot more like a basic SVI clown, even though it's not technically a clown. So I think I do prefer the Spirit Ringmaster because it distinguishes itself a lot more from other. Like, you don't really compare him to other like SVI clowns because he doesn't look like one at all. It adds a lot more variation into your cast. So I like if I were a guy with a lot of money and a big like clown themed haunt, I'd get Ringmaster for the Ringmaster purposes, and then I'd get KG for the like holding a cage purposes. Just kind of throw them in with the clowns. Yeah, his relay switch is always broken. The realist says upside. Hello. Okay, that time in the stream has come. So real quick, I'm gonna have to switch on over to sorry, that emotional times. You know, it's hard to see an old friend falling on hard times these days. Green Narwhal says Beastcraft Vampire Bat is the best animatronic ever in my opinion. That is high praise. Animatronic ever? Like, even counting, like, Disney? I'm assuming you mean in the pro space, which is still high praise because Ghost Flyer exists. Woo! Woo! And almost anything else from Scare Factory, because Scare Factory, like, despite the whole Scam Factory thing, their animatronics are crazy. I think that they have, like, my favorite stuff in general. If I had to stick with one company and, like, just order from them, it'd probably be Scare Factory, just because I like big things. They're big, and they have like movement. And the Vampire Bat is very expensive, too. It's $6,000. Like, seems a little bit too much. A lot of bit too much. That's why I say that Beastcraft is overpriced across the board. But, you know, if you want a certain character enough, it obviously kind of weighs out the price. Empty Space Studio says, OMG, it's Upside Haunts. It's me. It's true. It's so true. Dude, it's always been Upside Haunts. Call me Golden Freddy because it's me. Hello. Okay. How can I even buy from Scare Factory? They're just gonna steal from me. I wouldn't buy from Scare Factory unless you could pick it up from their factory, because then you're like definitely getting it. Or if you're picking up from Transworld. But other than that, I don't really trust them. It's the shipping where everything goes awry. So as long as there's no shipping involved, then like you're good to go. But yeah, I generally don't trust Scare Factory. I wish that I lived a bit closer, because then I could actually pick stuff up from them. Because I think I would have owned a Scare Factory animatronic by now if that were the case. Ooh, the people with the bug animatronics from Transworld. Those things are cool. Let me try and look it up. Okay. Let's try and find these fellas. Oh my gosh, and there was this. Where it's like an offshoot from Poison Props. This is kind of cool. It's just, you know, more Poison Prop stuff, essentially. And I do like Poison Props. I think that they're overpriced, but, like, I own a Poison Prop. They've served me well so far. Did they not show? Ah, here it is. Nice. These things were so cool. And filled such a like specific niche with all these bug props. It's so odd though. These little guys, if you could see down there, their bases lift up like with them, or at least it looks like their bases. Like I know there has to be a base underneath that, but it's like a big structure below them that lifts up with the little bugs, and it like makes it too obvious that they're robots. Oh my gosh, Bounty Clown, my beloved. They got diet poison props at Transworld Lamau. So true. Killer props are my favorite. They're cool. Shout out to Joshua Webb for filming this video. I want to see the Light Zone videos. Never mind, I guess. I'm not seeing any Light Zone, like Dark Zone with the lights on footage. I just assumed from the thumbnail, you know? Bruh. Transworld was awesome last year. I plan on going to Transworld every year. Like, I feel like that's a definite thing. I'm just kind of skipping out on other trips in order to make room in my budget for Transworld. Like, I skipped out on Flagship last year, and other just kind of like fun stuff, but Transworld like totally makes up for that. I'm super excited to see what else is there. And if you want to see me in a public space, go to Transworld. You'll definitely see me. Not Sunstar. Oh yes. Let's go to the first video we saw here by Sharp Productions, because I'd like to look at the Scare Factory stuff because they had some crazy things. So they made this new zombie head for this year, and just went all out with it and just made a bunch of different stuff, reskinning that head onto it. And we can see it in use right here. It's on this guy and on this guy to the right. And also a whole archway with them. It's kind of insane. It's kind of goofy in concept, just an archway of giant zombie heads. It's so like random, you know? I wouldn't get this if I had the chance. But you know, they've got other options like the pumpkin archway. I think that makes more sense, where it's an archway made with a bunch of living plants rather than a bunch of giant zombie heads, you know? Aiden says, because of hanging out with Wacky Mole, I've been telling people I was nicknamed Wacky Mole in middle school and had a hammer. Also been quoting a lot of Wacky Mole's lines. What the frick? How does that correlate? So you've been calling yourself Wacky Mole because of that video? What's up, Ryan Sons? Ryan, you left the stream. You left the stream group chat. Oh my gosh, this like massive ghost thing was so cool. Oh my gosh, it just like stood there in the background the whole time, but like seeing that in the background with its like headlight-esque lights or like spotlight lights, it just, I don't know, it felt ethereal. I can't wait for this year. Next year, I mean. Let me know if the chat like if you're going to Transworld, because like I'm so excited. It's definitely something you should go to. But a warning, little warning, it is spooky and scary and frightening even. Wait, is Anthony live? Anthony's live! Wait. Hi! We're just watching live on live. Just kidding. Ryan is going to Disneyland, that's cool. You never thought to take me, did you though? We could all go to Disneyland. We could go together. Oh my gosh, Epic Universe. Oh my goodness. I love... Wait. Epic Universe. Gonna mute this. But dude, I am so hyped for Epic Universe. I need this in my life. Especially Dark Universe. I'm sure that the sentiment is shared among the Haunter community that Dark Universe is a need and a must. Like, look at this. Oh, wait. Like, Frankenstein's, like, mansion is so cool. Oh, look, there's a gay meter, gay test on the side. That's cool. Classic YouTube stuff, you know? Oh my gosh, and the, like, spinning werewolf roller coaster. Wait, we gotta see, like, ride footage. Curse of the Werewolf testing. Here. Super low quality footage, but I'm excited because I love spinning coasters. And so it's a multi-launch. It doesn't quite get over the hill on the left. And then we'll kind of like pass through this middle area multiple times until it builds up the momentum to get over this hill. And it's got like this, just from concept art, it's got like a werewolf animatronic on the inside, or it could be a statue, but I think it's an animatronic. And you'll be passing under it multiple times, kind of like, and it's reaching out for you in the same fashion that the Expedition Everest Yeti does. I'm so hyped. I need that. Yeah, see here on this thumbnail is the like concept art with that werewolf. Oh man. Can I check on the chat? I hope that you can hear the music in the background. Okay. Upside, you should sell Clown Kicker and buy Unit 70 static. Not sure. This Clown Kicker already looks very human, realistic. His face, and his movements are incredibly human looking too. As long as you've got him hanging a right way and he's not being blocked by anything. He kind of fills in the space in my heart for a realistic, cool, professional moving animatronic. And then Distortions is kind of filling in the space for cool and iconic static props. But I do plan on selling Clown Kicker eventually. That's definitely a thing that's going to happen someday. And then I'll replace it with something else. You know, that's just the way I live. I already got my room booked at the new resort inside of Epic Universe. It's going to be an insane opening. I hope that you record that because I'd love to see a video like that. I'm assuming you said inside Epic Universe, so that's the Helios Grand Hotel. That's so hype. Search up amusement park background. It's a part piece of the Down the Duck booth from Spirit. I'm sure people have found a bunch of assets that Spirit have used. Oh yes, Unit 70's Cthulhu is crazy. It's part of their line of animatronics that have the same kind of build when it comes to their like body shape. The way that they hold someone or something, it's like their go-to for a large character. Cthulhu might be the coolest version of one of those, especially because of the like extra tentacles. Because I know that there's a pumpkin one with all the faces that talk, and it's holding a kid. A lot of them hold kids. There's the Pennywise one that's holding a kid and has like spider legs coming out of the back. And there's this weird like insane asylum guy who's got a mask on and he's like poking a metal pipe like into someone that they're holding. And then there is Cthulhu, which I think is the coolest one just based on impressiveness alone. But definitely harder to use in a theme. Yeah, Unit 70 has a 4,000 order minimum. Out of my budget. Out of my budget. Maybe the real curse was the friends we made along the way. That's so true. That's such a true thing. I think about that every day. Yeah, I wake up, I've got that on a poster on my ceiling. Unit 70 apparently gets enough orders where they don't feel the need to go to Transworld. Which is unfortunate. I wish they got less orders so that I could see them at Transworld. And that's like, just so crazy. They totally made it. I bet that Distortions gets like the... I might be out of touch because I'm not sure exactly at all. This is just a theory. But I bet the Distortions gets like the same amount of business. But Distortions goes to Transworld for fun at this point to like show off all their new stuff. Because they get more of a kick out of showing off their new stuff than Unit 70 seems to get. Upside, have you seen Nozzles being sold on Amazon? He's going for like $370 or something dollars. That is insane. Never buy that. It's not worth it. Oh my gosh. At least with Amazon you could return stuff super easily. Unit 70 is more favored amongst professional haunts. Meanwhile, Distortions is huge home haunter community. Yeah, it seems like within the last couple or several years, Distortions has gotten way bigger into just, you know, your average Joe ordering from them. It's super strange, I bet, for them, because they're probably used to, you know, being favored amongst the professional side, but then they're getting tons of orders from people, normal people who do home haunts, buying stuff like Mutant. And it kind of like a natural progression of the growth of people doing crazy displays for Halloween just in general. I feel like Halloween is a growing thing right now even more than it used to be. And Distortion's getting orders from ordinary people is kind of proof of that. Do you know if Scare Factory is still a scam company? I heard they have gotten better. I have no clue. I just don't trust them by default because I don't want to risk anything. So I'm not going to buy anything off their website that I plan on like shipping. I would only buy if I'm picking it up. And I think that that's kind of like a safe stance to take. I have no idea of any of the internal stuff, if they've like gotten better or whatever. They still seem to get tons of orders. So I don't know. Hello, Claire. Ghost Ride Honeybee is cool. Okay, I'm gonna search this up, but I'm going to make sure that my screen shares off because I know that Ghost Ride has a lot of exceptionally gory stuff. Let's see. Never mind, I can't look it up because Ghost Ride is such like a basic name that it's like hard to find anything. Never mind. Ghost Ride is great for like they're not great for retail people at all, obviously, but that's not the target audience. They're just doing things for like cool and scary like sets with gory stuff in professional haunts. People who are trying to do like super visceral stuff, and they fill that super well because their props are so realistic. It is crazy. It's so creepy. I wouldn't want to actually have one standing in my room. That's the same with Original Sin. They do sort of the same thing, just with more. They do the same thing, but with different ideas, with their own ideas. And I really like Original Sin. This stuff is awesome. Just both of them, very expensive. Very expensive. Yeah, their target audience is Upset Haunts. Haunts with a Z, of course. And then I'll just like rebrand and change it to just Upside with a Z at the end. Beastcraft is okay, Original Sin is better. I'm not sure. Because Original Sin largely does just static props. I don't think that they have a single animatronic. And I love animatronics a lot more than statics. So, I think the main comparison, a better comparison, would be between Original Sin and Ghost Ride. Because I like Beastcraft better than Original Sin, just because I like animatronics more. And since Original Sin has no animatronics, it's just like kind of like their beat. For me, that's just a personal take. It's not objective or anything, obviously. But between Ghost Ride and Original Sin, I like Ghost Ride more too, because of their variety. They just have been around. They have a lot more products, just the sheer amount. And that's the only kind of like contributing factor to them being better for me, because they seem to have like the same quality when it comes to like detail and realisticness. They're totally like even in that account. Upside, did you see the Scare Factory leaks? I have not. I haven't seen anything like that. I didn't know that there were Scare Factory leaks. Should I look it up? if that's even like public at all. Doesn't seem like there's any videos on Scare Factory 2025 quite yet. Must be just sent around in group chats. I can't wait for the Banshee Legend. I need that thing now. Just hand it over. Hand it over. Because it has almost been 4 weeks, or like almost 5 weeks. Now you don't have to post a link in chat. I'm not like crazy interested in it. Not quite yet. I'd probably see it off stream though. Because I'm not sure like what people are trying to like gatekeep leaks or whatever. Okay, I am going to, let's see. We've officially been over everything that I planned to get over during this stream. And I'm trying, and, wait, let me think. I gotta, like, spin stuff around in the cauldron of my noggin. Yes, I've done everything that I've aimed to do during this stream, and I hope to stream again soon. I know that this sounds like I'm trying to wrap up because I am, and the stream is ending. I will see you guys later.